Hello, everybody, and welcome to the White Knight Podcast, Episode 1, with your hosts, Ethan and Charlie. Charlie, would you like to introduce yourself?
We're gonna be doing this podcast just because we both want to. Ethan's gonna be doing most of the editing, and I've just wanted to for a long time, so I'm kind of hopping on his train. And Ethan, why are you doing this podcast?
Well, honestly, I've gotten quite an ambition because I was already planning on doing a podcast, but some of my other friends decided, hey, let's do a podcast, but it wasn't going to have that much of longevity, and I just decided, hey, might as well do something that would occupy my time, and I feel like this would give me a good outlet to speak about topics that are important to me. And I'd also have it in my editing portfolio, because who knows, it might help me get a job.
Well, yeah, I totally agree with that. I want to do podcasts just because, like, I've always wanted to do podcasts for ever since, like, I basically stopped watching YouTube, but I started watching, like, have you heard of the Misfits? Like Fits, Swagger Souls, like all of them. They're
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
popular.
yeah.
Yeah, I started watching them and they were absolutely hilarious. Like every video they watch, I'm like laughing out loud even though I'm alone, which is kind of psychotic, but still. Like those that shit that's so funny you laugh when you're alone. I love that. But nonetheless, they started doing a podcast and they called it The Misfits, and I absolutely loved it to death, and I stopped doing schoolwork just to listen to that in class. And I was like, damn, I want to do a podcast, but no one in our school is doing it. And then, like you said, some of our friends started doing it, and I was like, hey, I wasn't invited, but I don't want to be like, let me in.
Yeah,
So,
I feel you. I watch a podcast of my own. It's called The Official Podcast, and yeah, they're pretty wacky to say the least. They talk about pretty ranging topics that probably are not safe for work. But yeah, they're pretty out there as well, like Swagger Souls and all them. They're just not that big of gamers.
yeah. Yeah, like the Swagger Souls, the whole group of them, the Misfits, they what's it called? They play video games, sure, but like they don't play it to be good. They play it just like as a platform to fuck around with each other because they're all really good friends. I mean, like obviously we can't do like the drug part of that and tell the stories because we're underage. But
Now, Charlie, I've got a story for you, my guy. This was back in the
all right.
summer of 8th grade, alright? So, it was a grip ago. It was just before school was ending, you know? Like, it's that
Ending or
intermittent,
like just before school is starting
just
or
before
ending?
school was ending, you know? We're about to go into summer. We're about to go into the dog days, you feel me? But we're just hyping it up. We're getting hyped for this summer. So,
Uh huh.
school ends, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Another
Hmm.
another school is having a mini carnival at their school where they have like obstacle courses and all that, you feel me? Just fun stuff.
Hmm.
But we weren't really interested. So, um I was hitching a ride with my boy Elliot, Holden, and Steven. So, we go to an ice cream shop. We get ice cream, blah 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 blah. Then we go to the school right next to it cuz we're trying to hit up with our boys. And then we meet up with Brendan, Parker, Devin, Josh, and Nick. So we're just squatted up. We're at the carnival. We're fooling around, blah blah blah, playing the games for a bit, eating our ice cream still. We get bored of that. Time to move on, you know? So we decide
Hmm.
ditch the school. There's a cross country party going on because oh no, a track party. Sorry, wrong sport. So we go to the track party. We pick up our boy Ned. We're just picking up fools at this point. We're getting a whole squad together. Then we hit up Kyle and Chris, and they pull up in a car, and now we're squatted up. There's a good amount of us now. I'll recap it. Me, Holden, Elliot, Brendan, Steven, Josh, Chris, Devin, Nick, Kyle, Ned, and Parker. Alright, you feel me? A lot of people. So
Yeah,
then
yeah.
we're just walking around. We go to the place, we get a pizza, you know, the usual, just chilling around in town. So we decide to start just walking around, you know? Um,
Mhm.
Somebody had to go to the bathroom, so instead of leaving them be, we all squat up in the bathroom and we're all T-posing and singing the Halo theme. Oh, it was great. It was great memories. We get out of the bathroom and then we decide, hey, let's go back in there. Chris steals my basketball and chucks it at the ceiling fan. Fan's broken. We ditch because it's like tack, 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 tack. And it's like, oh my god. And so then we ditch. They decide to go back. Nick throws the basketball at the fan again. It's like, now it's like, it's one of those ceiling fans where it's the spinny ones with the little um, rods, like wooden rods out. You know, you feel me? The wooden planks.
Mhm.
And yeah,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
were
yeah.
no more wooden planks spinning around. It was just a
Oh my
metal
god.
thing. And yeah, so we ditch. We're out of there. You feel me? We're out of the bathroom. So we just decide, hey, let's go into some neighborhoods. We get into trouble with the basketball again, 'cause Chris takes it, and he decides, hey, let's just randomly chuck it where we're not looking. Oh, it hits a house. An old lady comes out, and she's like, what are you
What?
doing? Mind you, we're all booking it. And so the old lady's like, I see you. I'm gonna call the cops. And so Chris, the one who basically made all the problems, he turns around and yells, "Fuck you, bitch!" We were all dying. And Steven, he just quit at that
Oh
point.
my
He
god.
decided, nah, I'm not gonna run. I'm just gonna walk and act like I'm not part of them. Not gonna be guilty by association. He's walking with his phone. We're all out of there. We're all separated. And then we meet up and we're like, where's Steven? Oh god, no! The big man's been abducted. But gladly, he didn't get abducted. And we all get out of there. So then we disperse again in case the police actually came. But my group, we went past the bathroom. There were workers in there fixing the ceiling fan, and that was just
Oh my.
hilarious. 'Cause like, damn, that was quick. But yeah, so we're chilling by a bridge, hiding, and then we meet back together, and then we went back to the school by running through the bushes of people's backyards, and yeah, we just were chilling. After that, everybody got picked up. Nobody got in trouble. We were
That
chilling. You
that
got
sounds like a great time.
any crazy stories?
Not nearly as crazy as you guys fucking around, but alright, a little bit of backstory. Basically, like my whole thing, like my thing, like because a lot of people have a thing. My thing is like, just being good with words, being able to like persuade people easily. You know, like basically speech 100. Like I fucking convinced my principal basically to not send me to summer school and shit like that. And that's kind of how it started because like I was talking right, and I failed math that year, and I was like, oh fuck. I go on a trip every year to Florida, and if I went to summer school, I wouldn't be able to go, and I would have been in deep shit with my dad. So I'm meeting with the principal. It's her last year, and she's retiring. So I go, all right, look, I know it's not technically allowed, but I am in the advanced class right now, and I failed it. So couldn't you technically just ignore the summer school part and send me straight back to the lower class next? She was like, I don't know, Charlie. I don't know. And I basically sat there for an hour and sweet talked her into allowing me into it. And I was so fucking proud of myself. And I told Ethan here this story that very night. And that's kind of where we got the idea for the podcast. A little sidetrack here. Like, me and Ethan have been talking on Xbox for years, and we had like these late night conversations, you know, just about really deep shit. And we're like, dude, we should do a podcast. And, like, we never did it until now. But anyway, back to the fucking story. So I told Ethan that, and he goes, all I gotta say is speech 100. And I was like, damn fucking straight. But anyway, recently, Drew, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry. I mean, like, I just kind of want to avoid it. But Jordan, no, not Jordan. Lily, I sit with her on the bus. She tells me that Drew had a crush on Jordan D. You know her, Ethan?
Yeah, yeah.
And so fucking we get off the bus, and me being an idiot, I go up to Drew. I'm like, yo, so Drew, I fucking clap my hands like the backhanded to my other hand because I'm fucking retarded. I go, Drew, when are you gonna ask out Jordan? And he's like, wait, what the fuck? How do you know about that? Who told you? And I was like, oh fuck. And keep in mind, like, I'm pausing here, but I didn't pause in my sentence. I came up with this in 0.2 seconds. I was like, I didn't know until just now. I literally just fucking guessed it, and you proved me right. And he was like, no fucking way. And I was like, yeah, fucking way. Dude, all I know is I heard fucking Lily and Izzy talking about how you like someone, and I just guessed the first girl I saw, and you said it. And he was like, no way. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, damn, okay. I'm asking her out next period. And I was like, nice, bro. And I fucking, like, gave him a fucking high five or a dap. I don't even know. It was kind of awkward. And I just walked away. And I was walking out. I was like, huh, I'm a young god. How did I just do that?
That's
But yeah, that's the most crazy thing that's happened to me recently.
Yeah, that's kind of just one of those things where it's like those petty drama things that eventually we're all just gonna laugh back on it, you know? Can't really
Yeah, I don't
get
usually get
mad
myself
about it.
involved with drama.
Yeah, there's not much of a point to. I mean, most
Yeah.
people are going to like be sad in the moment, but like when you actually get into it and when you're in life and you're 30 years old, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I was mad at that. That was hilarious," you know? You know?
Yeah. I mean, like, a lot of people come to me with advice, but I, like, rarely, the only time I'm involved with drama is when it's, like, forced on me, you know? Like, I
Yeah,
never
yeah.
purposely insert myself into it.
Or if you're the center of attention for it. Like that's how I am too. It's
That's
like,
true. Like, if something happens around you and everyone's like, oh my god, and you are the drama, that's low-key the
yeah,
worst.
yeah. But yeah, speaking of growing up and regretting stuff, do you have any crazy stuff you did as a child?
I have so much crazy shit I did as a child, but I think I'm gonna talk about something a little bit different. So basically, like, I grew up in this, like, really closed-off neighborhood, like, super safe fucking neighborhood, right? One way in, one way out. Just super white, but like not rich white, so like decent people, you know? But it's a whole bunch of kids, and they were all our age. There was like literally 20 different kids. This is like from no, let me think, fourth to sixth grade for me. But we had this whole democracy of kids, right? Like we had this one kid who was a leader, who was low key elected. We never actually had an election, you know, for him. But like everyone liked him and kind of like was okay with him being the leader. But like dead ass, these kids, we would hold fucking like town meetings and shit to fucking vote, like actually vote on rules for different games that we made. You know, like there was like Manhunt, and then we had something called Mill Creek Manhunt, and we literally just like voted on rules, made it better, made it our own. Same thing with Pokemon cards, because I mean that was the shit back then, dude. I still have them, and it's just I reminisce sometimes. Pokemon days were the life, but these were amazing because I was like the number two man. I was essentially like the vice president, and I was just it was like no worries, but still a democracy. Still everything was held up. I don't even know how it happened, but it did. But eventually everyone moved away, you know, and now the only two kids left in the neighborhood who are my age is me and Jason. Yeah, but that's it.
Hmm. So, we've
Great times.
we've got a little child government going on under
Dude, like
this.
actually, it was amazing. I miss it.
Now the real question was there anybody trying to convert it to communism?
There's this one kid who was trying to convert to communism. He's obsessed with Russia to this day, you know? Like, he
Yeah.
just knows random facts about Russia. He's really weird. He's like this. I think he's in eighth grade now. He lives in the neighborhood still. He's one of the only kids who didn't move. But he just likes the country Russia for some reason. And he low key tried to convert it into communism. And it was really weird. And I didn't really understand it at the time, but I don't know.
Was he
We all
was
basically shut him down.
in the arguments, was he just like maliciously rubbing his hands the whole time, like I've got a scheme up my sleeve. I know it's gonna go down. Ha 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 ha. But then
I
each
know that
time
you
he would
might
just.
not believe me when I say this, but you just guessed it exactly right. Like exactly right. That's exactly what he does. He rubs his motherfucking hands together, dude. It's kind of creepy. I've told him to stop, but he doesn't.
Yo,
Eesh.
that's great. Oh.
Yeah. What about you? Have any childhood stories?
I've got a really embarrassing one that I kind of forgot, but
Do
everybody
tell.
has told me about it so much that it's just like I have the story now. I don't remember it
Yeah.
from my own mind just because of what happened, but everybody's told me about it, so it's like I know it from the story. So basically, when I was in elementary school, I had really, really bad anger issues. Not a time I'd like to reminisce on, you know? So,
Yeah.
fifth grade rolls along. We're having a chess tournament. I'm one of the young gods at chess. Like, I'd be making moves left, right, and center, taking your pawns, taking your knights. Man, even your bishop ain't safe. Like he's cowering in the corner with his little Bible, like, please no, don't. Yeah.
Okay, enough
So
with the chess references, please.
okay. But yeah, so playing chess tournament. I
Hmm.
did apparently I got mad because I got knocked out of the tournament in an upset because of the time. And somebody was just camping around doing about a good minute or so per move, and it was 10 minutes per chess game. And so, yeah, I lost. Got knocked out of the tournament before even the knockout stages. Like, it was the group stages, and I got knocked out in the group stages. And so, little angry me was like, no! Um, but yeah, so I kind of just flipped a desk. And then,
You flipped the fucking desk.
yeah, I flipped the chess desk. And they had to call down the gym teacher to help me out. And we went outside and we started playing basketball, apparently. And yeah, so I was a little ball of
Dude,
fury back then.
one more story before we move on to the next subject.
I
Holy fuck. Okay, so I remember this one story. This is when I was living in Florida, right? I was
yeah.
living in fucking Jacksonville. This is the last place I lived in Florida before we moved. It was the second grade, and my mom just got a job again, and I had to start staying after school. So, but I fucking loved it, you know? We got to play computers, fucking Ninja Painter was my shit, okay? Ninja Painter was my shit. I loved it. I was a young god at it. I beat like every level. But okay, we were done playing Ninja Painter. I was done bragging, you know, to everyone saying I fucking hate them, hate their guts, and I won. I'm kidding. I was nothing like how I am now. I've truly changed as a person. But nonetheless, we're fucking all playing this game. It has something to do with the basketball court. We weren't playing actual basketball. We were like running to pole to pole. It was weird. But nonetheless, I started saying "oh shoot" every single time I was about to get tagged. This is my first swear. Keep in mind, and I don't swear. I didn't swear at all. And I fucking turn, and I'm about to get tagged. I turn, get to the safe zone, and I go, "oh shit, dude!" Imagine a fucking entire basketball court of fucking second graders just coming to a halt. Everyone looks at me. I'm like, oh, and then I'm like going to the teacher. I'm like, bro, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to say that. I was trying to say, oh shoot, no, 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 no. I'm talking at the speed of light, and the teacher's like, okay, everyone, it's okay, it's okay. Just go back to playing the game. And I was like, dude, I was about to pass out because I was already like tired from running around from the game, and then my heart rate skyrocketed. It was ridiculous. But I don't know
Yeah.
why, but I've always remembered that vividly. And I had a dream about it recently, so I thought I'd tell y'all.
Whoa, that's pretty wicked. Yeah, that's pretty. It's pretty crazy whenever you just do something that's taboo in elementary school, 'cause it's just like you're brought
Oh
up
yeah.
to not do anything bad, and when somebody actually does something out of the ordinary, it's like, and it's frowned upon and stuff like that, and then everybody just crowds around you like, did you break the law.
It's like whoever took the first fucking bite of the golden apple, you know?
Yeah,
There's a whole bunch of
exactly.
little shithead Adam and Eves, and someone did the first bad thing, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, bro,
Yeah,
what?"
basically. I used to hate music, but
But dude, I used
nowadays,
to hate music too.
whoa,
Like
that's mad.
actually, though, I used to hate it,
That's mad weird.
which is
Yeah,
weird, cause like I listen to music nonstop. Like
yeah,
I
same,
would
same.
choose listening to music over talking to another human being 100% of the time, and it didn't used to be like that.
Yeah, but basically, I've had this Spotify playlist since 2017.
Hmm.
It's called Dank Deals, and it's my baby. I've got almost 600 songs on there. Yeah, basically, the music that I listen to ranges from Childish Gambino all the way to the classical music of Peer Gynt, the do 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 do
Oh my
do.
lord, seriously?
Yeah, the ones that you see in the Minecraft trolling videos whenever they're going into the montage. But yeah, it's like I got the
You know you were the one who introduced me to Childish Gambino. I remember I remember this really well. So this was like when Fortnite was new, right? And we were a bunch of little shithead. I think it was seventh graders, and I was in a squad with you, Aiden, me, and Elijah,
yeah,
your friend Elijah.
yeah, yeah.
And we were all fucking. Elijah just knocked you out, and instead of fucking raging this time, you put on Campfire. I think it's called. Is that what it's called?
Bonfire.
Bonfire. You put on Bonfire, and you started singing it, and all I heard was like, "Oh, blowing it, coke up my ass crack," and I was hooked. I was intrigued. I was like, "Whoop, coke up my ass crack." So I fucking looked up the song and I started listening to it. And that became my jam for like a week, and I was like, "Fuck, this song's getting old." And I just started listening to other songs by him. And then like 3 weeks, and then like I don't even know. But then like the next year he released "This Is America," and I was like, "Hey, I remember this guy." And I started listening to him again. But I still listen to him to this day,
Yeah, same here.
all because I heard "Coke Up My Ass Crack"
Yeah,
in a
he's
Fortnite
honest.
squad.
He's really changed from his beginning. Before he was just like this outrageous guy, and now he's this
Oh yeah.
R&B singer being like, "Feels like summer," where you can just fade to the
Yeah.
couch. Before it was like
Yeah.
you're getting up like head banging and stuff, punching the guy next to you, but now it's just like you literally can just feel the couch devouring you?
I know
It's
exactly
crazy.
what I mean. Yeah.
It's crazy how people can change throughout their careers.
I fucking love how he used to do comedy. Cause like I want to be a comedian when I grow up. That's like my dream job, stand up comedy. Fucking if I could somehow make a living off of that, that would be amazing. That's what I want to do. And so I saw that he started to do comedy, and he was one of the people that like got me interested, in stand up. And I saw Donald Glover Weirdo. That's what his special is called on Netflix. And I watched it and I was like, hey, I think I recognize this guy. I looked him up and I was like, yep, that's Childish Gambino. And it's just so cool because he's an actor. He played in that show Community, which I also watched. He did stand up and he fucking makes music. He does like the whole nine yards, and it's just really cool. He's like one of my idols. The types of music I listen to mainly are what's it called 21 Pilots. Don't diss me. I'm not an emo child. They're just my jam. Thank you very much. I listen to old rap. I listen to Imagine Dragons. I listen to a lot of old songs, like a lot of old rock, like
Yeah.
70s through 90s essentially. Uh, Let me think. I'm looking through my Spotify shit right now.
Like
I
Queen.
listen to a lot of Logic. Yeah, Queen. I love
Logic.
Queen, dude.
Logic.
Yeah, Logic. Not as many people like him, but he's probably one of my favorite music artists in general. I was listening to his shit today.
I've never really listened to him that much just because I don't really like his personality where it's like, hey guys, I'm biracial, you know? I don't know.
Pretty much, yeah.
It brings up the topic of should an artist out of music persona affect their music? Like Kanye West with his Make America Great Again stuff, should that affect you? your listening experience? Cause like,
That that's
cause
a good question.
I've been listening to Kanye West recently. I've been listening to his old albums. I haven't listened to his new stuff, but it's like it's actually
What
decent.
the like my fantasy, like that
Yeah, My
album, whatever
Beautiful
it's called.
Dark Twisted Fantasy and Graduation. Those are my two favorite albums.
Yeah, I've only listened to a few Kanye songs, but to your question, I think that it only you should only let it affect you if
Mhm.
what's it called,
It goes against
if
your
like they
morals.
want it to affect you.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that too, that
that
too.
too, yeah. But like let's say you fucking hate Trump, and but Trump makes like a mean ass fucking sandwich for you, right? Like a perfect sandwich, 100%, nothing's messed up. It's your dream sandwich. I mean, this is a weird analogy, but he makes it for you, and you're like, "Fuck you, Trump. I hate you." But that sandwich is delicious as fuck, and I'm gonna eat it. You know. So like, even if you don't agree with Kanye, like out of music personality,
Yeah.
you could still like, you could still listen to his shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's kind of how I am. Like if it goes against my morals, I don't listen to them. Like 6ix9ine with his pedophilia, pedophilia, whatever, however you pronounce it.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
I used to turn up to him all the time. I listened to him before. I was listening to him when he was underground, rapping with Zilla Kami. You don't even know. But
Damn.
then once it came out that he was doing stuff with 14-year-olds, it's like I out of my playlist. Be gone.
All right, I'm out of here.
And like Kodak Black,
Yeah,
Kodak
right.
Black, he's going through allegations right now, and I'm not listening to any of his stuff until that case is done, because I'm not trying to listen to a rapist, you know? I
Yeah, I know
don't,
exactly what you mean.
I
That
don't
makes
fuck with
sense.
that. And like, it's hard to listen to Tentacion, because he's literally a woman beater, and he's gone to jail for it, so it's like, can you really do that?
Yeah, yeah, I know. I mean, I feel like the same thing can apply to TV. I mean, with like Bill Cosby and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eesh, that was bad. I think it's just funny. Like back to the music subject though. That was a tiny, tiny sidetrack. But I think it's funny how my music ranges from like rap to old rock to fucking like newish rap, like R&B, like kind of like the Childish Gambino stuff, to fucking like Louis Armstrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was listening to La Vie en Rose today in the hallway, and I was just kind of like vibing out. You know, it was
Yeah,
cool.
I've
It
been
was
vibing to
nice.
Frank Sinatra recently while I've been drawing. It's pretty it's a pretty good
Frank
experience, you know?
Sinatra is good.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He's low key like he's a sexist though. Dead ass. Have you listened to like one of his puppet songs, "Luck Be a Lady"?
Nah, I haven't listened to that.
Oh, okay. Well, this it's like one of his "Luck Be a Lady," but he's like "Luck Be a Lady," and then he's like singing like how a woman leaves a man's side when he's gambling or like blows on another man's die, and he's just like literally like, fucking 50s moms gave him a song sing and he sung it and everyone liked it because it was in a different time. But if he had sung that shit in today's day and age, everyone on Twitter, everyone on Facebook, everyone on Instagram, everyone would be like, "What the fuck are these lyrics? What are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
no, get out of here."
The new age question. If there was social media back in the day, would they be as popular? It's just it's the like how many licks would get to the center of a Tootsie Pop question. The world may never know. But yeah, since you're going in on like your actual range, I
Hmm.
basically listen to everything, you know? I go from trap rap to melodical rap with like Tyler the Creator and stuff like that. Just really good rap
Well,
like
sometimes
J. Cole, JID. Um,
I forgot to mention him. I love J. Cole.
yeah, 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 J. Cole, fire. Um, Kendrick Lamar.
Everything except for country, basically. No,
I
thank you.
have to listen to country because I have family that listens to country, and it's just like I
Ooh,
either I
that
have
oof.
I just basically tune it out though. I don't really like it that much, but it's like
You
there's
can bear it.
yeah, I can bear it, and sometimes there's light hints, you know. But yeah, it goes from like all this
Hmm.
rap to then pop stuff like Foster the People,
Oh
MGMT.
shit,
If you've
yeah.
ever heard them, have you ever heard of MGMT?
I probably have. What is some of their good songs?
they're really a psychedelic pop group. If you haven't heard Electric Feel, it's really good. You basically melt into the couch like most good psychedelic.
I've never listened to MGMT. The only psychedelic band listened to is like from the 80s, like straight out of the 80s.
Oh no no
The
no no no.
Psychedelic Furs.
MGMT is from like right now. They just released an album last year.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah, they're still making music.
Oh shit. Well, that's cool. Yeah, no, like the like I said, the only people I listen to is the Psychedelic Furs, which like no one knows, but all of your parents know who they are if they grew up in the 80s. Um, yeah, I have like a lot of their songs downloaded. It's weird. Like their lyrics make no sense.
That's what I like living in this day and age, 'cause we have all the music and like that has already happened in our disposal.
Yeah. Dude, my Spotify app on my phone, like the Spotify app starts with like about zero point 0.5 gigabytes.
Oh yeah,
Like
so
that's how much
it's
space it takes
huge.
up.
It's huge because of
And
the
I've just like
downloads.
exactly. I have like 8 gigabytes of downloaded music on my phone.
I've got like Avicii. I've been listening to him since before he was on the radio, back when he was DJing in Swedish House Mafia. It really hit me hard when
A little
he died. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But no, if a backstory here, Ethan, like it just so happened for a lot of his life, he like did a bunch of shit before it was popular, you know. But like he stopped like saying it, just because like so many people, you know, would be like, oh, you just like everyone else who says it on Instagram, you know, and all this social media, and so he just stopped saying it. But like there have been like several occurrences where he's listened to a whole bunch of shit way before it got popular, like just like he was talking before 6ix9ine and now Avicii, and like a whole bunch of other shit.
Yeah. But there is stuff that I don't listen to before the hype, like Black Sabbath, Metallica, the metal
That's
groups.
true.
That's what I'm behind on. The closest thing to like a new age metal group that's underrated that I listen to is Gojira. Big ups to Gojira. Like that's one of my most favorite metal bands. They're
Yeah, I'm not really big on the metal in my opinion. I'm like hardcore. I like the light rock,
yeah, yeah.
but I like the light rock more. I barely ever listen to any metal.
But yeah, I can listen to anything. And then like grunge, like I listen to the Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, Stone Temple Pilots, Nirvana,
Oh yeah.
and Foo Fighters. Like they're all great. And Soundgarden and Audioslave, but not as much, you know?
Yeah. Well, I honestly don't know those bands, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, you just like you get interested into a certain type of music, and it's like, hey, why don't I find out all the other popular bands in this? And you just
Yeah.
invested, you know?
You know, I've done that. That's what I did with rap. Like I used to be like, ew, no, rap is bad. They're so toxic. And then I started listening. I was like, oh, I see what you guys like. I see what you mean.
Alright, I think we've bored them enough with our music talk. I haven't played video
Yeah.
games in a while. Could you update me on the video game scene?
Well, I play video games a little bit too much, but the big ones right now, as most people know, are Apex and Anthem. You could say that, but Anthem kind of just died out the second it came out, you know, and I definitely think that is because they overhyped it. Essentially, what the reason Apex got so popular, like Fortnite got hit their 1 million players. Let's go with PUBG first. PUBG hit their 1 million players in like a week, right?
Yeah.
Fortnite hit it in no. PUBG got a month. Fortnite hit it in like 2 weeks, and Anthem got it in like 2 days. They hit that shit so fast,
That's crazy.
just like instantly.
Didn't you have to buy that game for $60 too?
No. Apex was free, completely
Oh, I
free,
thought you
just
were
like
talking
most
about
of the other battle
Anthem.
royales.
Sorry.
Oh, I might have accidentally said Anthem. Yeah, no.
Oh.
Anthem flopped. Anthem completely flopped. What's it called? Apex was the one that's doing insanely well right now. And it's all because of over advertising. Anthem literally for years talked about how it's going to be the biggest shit for like years, but they just kept talking about it. You know, they overhyped it, and when it came out to like what it would be, you know, good game but not like the best game on the planet, and was like, "Hey, what the fuck?" And they were just like, "Oops." But Apex, no one had a clue that that shit was even going on, you know?
Yeah.
As far as people knew, Respawn was working on Titanfall 3, and then the next thing you knew, Anthem was out. I mean, Apex was out, and everyone was like, wait, what? and it literally it hit, and like I said, it hit. Let me think. It hit 1 million players in 2 days, which was just absolutely ridiculous, faster than any other battle royale had ever hit 1 million players. And it's just all this over marketing that's fucking over games, you know? Because like you market it, you say it's going to be good, and then the devs find something they have to work on, and then they release a broken game, and then it gets bad ratings, and then they fix it, but no one wants to come back. Basically, just more game companies need to do what Apex did, and they'll get way better ratings in general.
Well, either way, they're still making bank, but it's just the longevity of their bank is flattened basically because of
Yeah.
what they do. You know, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, and pretty much like literally like 2 days after Apex came out, Fortnite fixed like some of their shit that players have been complaining about and asking for like weeks now, and everyone was kind of laughing at that. Yeah, like because I could imagine like that board meeting at Fortnite, like, bro, what the fuck? Did anyone know this? What is this? What is this? Why? Fix it, fix it. Go into the fucking Reddit chats, see what they're complaining about. Do it now.
Yeah, because they
But I
don't
can
want
just
to lose
imagine
their
them doing
fan
that.
base. They're just completely blindsided by this new game. What's it even
Yeah,
like though? I've never even watched or played it. They could
I
make
like it just because the
comparisons.
gameplay is like it's you can make comparisons literally just because it's a battle royale. Everything else is completely different. They took the universe of Titanfall. They took out the Titans because they found out Titans do not work in battle royale. And they said, okay, what if we like took a little bit of Overwatch, different types of characters, like a little spray of battle royale, just the game mode, nothing else. Everything else is our idea,
So different
and
types of
focus more
heroes.
on mobility. Yeah, their big two things are mobility and different types of heroes.
So
Because
it's
if you look at any other game, like PUBG, Fortnite, Fortnite's big thing was you're able to build, but you're not able to move fast. Everyone moves at the same rate. There's no way to move faster. But in Apex, there's like a whole bunch of things you can grapple hook. The sliding is good. You don't take fall damage, which is a big thing that most people ask for. It's nice.
what are the graphics like? Are they out of this world?
No, nothing to call home about, but they're not bad like PUBG or anything.
Hmm. So they're not grainy, basically.
Yeah, they're not grainy. Like the graphics are fine. Like there's nothing to complain about, but it's nothing special.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel you. I feel you. What about Anthem bricking consoles? Is that a thing? Like, is that actually true?
I guess it was a thing. I mean, it happened to a few people, which is really unusual, but it was really unlikely to happen in general. But people were just complaining like, why the fuck is this happening? This hasn't happened since like the 360. Like it was basically like the what is it?
Red
What
Ring
was
of
the
Death.
red death button?
Red
Yeah, the
Ring of
red ring
Death.
of death, but for PS4s. It didn't have on Xbox. It only happened on PS4.
Huh.
Dude, I remember Minecraft was the shit when it came out.
Yeah.
Like holy shit. It was just everything to anyone in elementary school.
Yeah, it's died down a bit in America, but in countries like China and Brazil, that's the poppin' game right now. Like, you'd be surprised. It is a
Really?
poppin' game. Yeah, it is. And Minecraft sales are still high. And it's probably because they can go on basically any platform, and it's not a $60 game. It's
Yeah.
about a $26 game, you know? So it's
Yeah.
affordable.
Yeah, no, Minecraft was like one of the first games that they released cross-platform. Not necessarily cross-platform, but like you
Yeah.
can play it on anything.
PlayStation is easing in to going cross-platform.
I remember everyone was like all over them because they were like, "Why the fuck didn't you do the merger?" Everyone else is, even the Nintendo Switch, and that's not even out yet. And they were just like, "No." But they collabed for Fortnite, which was, ugh. Like you're not gonna collab for our boy Minecraft, but you're gonna collab for fucking Fortnite
Yeah.
at when it's dying.
You know that tweet where it's like, oh, you iPhone versus Android users, blah blah blah, and it's that Twitter tweet, and it's from the Gucci toilet.
Yeah,
Imagine
yeah, yeah.
that. There's gonna be toilet gaming systems.
What the fuck?
Nah, 'cause like, if you can tweet from your toilet, why can't you play video games, you know? You feel me?
Yeah, I do. I know what you
Like,
mean.
Like that's
It's
what
just
Google should
shit.
do. That's what Google should do. They instead of working with their Google controller, they should be working on the Google toilet. You feel me? You feel
Really,
me? And
really.
each flush, that's like it could be like starting off with the Mario mini games. Like each flush is like a jump. You feel me?
Ethan, Jesus Christ.
It's an ingenious system, you know?
No! Dude, people stay on the
Yes.
fucking toilet long enough when it's not high tech on their own phones. Imagine if there was mini games on that.
Well, yeah, and then like they could have butt warmers too, so you could like be cozy.
Ethan,
You could be cozy.
Ethan,
You could be cozy.
Ethan.
You could be
When you say that,
cozy.
all I think about is like a whole bunch of seventh graders jerking off on that toilet and then getting some
Chill.
nut on it and freaking out.
No! We can't tell mom!
Tell me I'm
We can't
wrong.
tell
Tell me
mom!
I'm wrong.
Don't let mom know! Get that towel! No, 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 wait, 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 my dad uses that towel. Okay, 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 okay.
Ha!
I got this. I got this. Get the napkins! You feel me? No, but like,
Mom
imagine
said it was
that.
my
Soon
turn on
as
the Xbox.
okay, I don't care about the Xbox. I'm going on the Google toilet anyways.
Oh my god. Ethan, no.
Yes. Google toilet, man. Google toilet.
Dude, you should work for Google. Get that shit to them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already hyped up about the Google controller. Like, I'm on that Google toilet grind.
What do you know anything about the Google controller? Like what is it?
Right now it's just an unsurfaced meme, and it's basically just a photo of a prototype of a controller. Like, that's not even the finished controller. That's just their idea. It's not even
Well, I
real
mean like
yet.
if it's what I think it is, it might be a pretty good idea. I mean, no, it's a meme right now, but like can you
Yeah.
imagine having one controller for everything, you know?
Well, I
Instead of
think
like all this variation getting used to different stuff.
well, no, they're coming out with their own gaming console, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay, that's just retarded.
Yeah.
And come on. I mean, we've already got Soldier console and now we have to deal with that shit.
Yeah. You know that you know
Sh-
how Apple came out with the AirPods version 2?
I don't know that. No.
Oh, well they did. And Soldier Boy came out with the Soldier Pods version 2 the day after.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, that
Dude,
guy's
I
an
was on that
entrepreneur.
AirPod train before everyone,
Yeah,
okay?
you
Just
were.
saying.
People were making fun of you for it, to be honest.
I know. People are like, "Ha, you got the AirPods? What the fuck?" And I was like super excited about them because my dad was like, "Hey, Charlie, you know I can't be here for Christmas Eve this year. I gotta work, but I'm gonna take you and get these new AirPods that you low key been talking about." And I was like, "Oh shit, you were noticing?" He was like, "Of course I noticed. I mean, like you were dropping hints like really obviously." And I was like, "I know." So fucking, we walk into the Apple store, you know, and this was like this fucking. Let me think. This was eighth grade Christmas. So we walk in the Apple Store, we get that shit, we walk out, instantly connects to my phone. I'm like, what's the opposite? I'm ecstatic, okay? I was so excited. I put that shit in, it was working. I was like, this is amazing. I basically never took them out, and then I came to school and I got shit for them, and I was like, what? I thought, because like I'm low key, you know, I'm not like the richest family in the world, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking like we're low key poor, and like that was kind of like a big thing for me, you know, because like my grandparents helped pay for it, and they're low key loaded. But anyway, I had them, and eventually, I lost one in Florida at that trip that year, which sucked, and I haven't used them since. And then high school starts, I go in, and everyone's on that AirPod.
Yeah, yeah, everybody's
Everyone's
on your
wearing
wave.
them, and I'm like, what? I was wearing that shit fucking months ago. Okay, months ago. I was on that shit way before you. And now y'all motherfuckers are wearing this? Now you are, dude. Like every single person, everyone's like, I need AirPods right now. Mom, Dad, get me AirPods. And they're like, okay, sweetie, you want $100 with that? I was like, oh my god. The only
Yeah.
kid who didn't make fun of me for that shit, the only two kids was Mason, who was like, wanted to check it out the entire time, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get these for Christmas." And Josh, me and Josh listened to music every single math class. The math class I failed, by the way, every single math class in the middle class because the AirPods could connect that far.
Speaking of school again, do you have any problems with school
Mhm.
nowadays?
Well, I mean, the teachers in general, but there's nothing you can really do about that. But I think that school is just not there for education. You need school to get through school to get your high school diploma, and other than that, other than some math maybe, you're learning next to nothing. This is my opinion, by the way, completely opinionated, but you're learning next to nothing about school. You can go through the entire 4 years of high school and not learn a single thing and still get your diploma, and that's just some bullshit, you know? You can just memorize some shit before right before a test, take it, get an 80, forget it, and never have to do it again until midterms, you know? And
Exactly.
then the next year it doesn't matter. The only thing that builds on each other is math, you know? And that's even more of a problem because if you get left off the boat of math, you know, and you're like a little bit behind, then you're fucked for the rest of your educational career because unless you get some help, you're just not gonna understand anything because you didn't have that one thing that that one thing that you needed for the next subject. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I haven't learned shit. The only thing I know is how to do some of the math equations now, and I still don't know what it's applying to. You know, it's just math.
Yeah. I get where you're coming from on that, but I think that learn like nothing that you really learn in elementary school or middle school is that it doesn't you don't take that home, place it on your fridge and you're like, I'm proud of that when you're 30. Like no. That's going in the
Yeah,
trash. Like elementary school
yeah,
and middle school are basically just um 8 years of prep and it's totally worthless.
yeah. You could send us straight into high school, and
Yeah.
it wouldn't make a difference. You know, other than we'd be younger. And can
Yeah.
we talk about college for a second? I mean, like seriously, what the actual fuck? It costs so much money,
Hmm.
and I know a lot of people want it because it looks amazing on a resume. Oh, you went to an Ivy League school, but it costs so much money, and barely any people can even get the scholarships. And even if you do, it's only like a partial. It's just like people should stop going to college until we figure out what it's for,
Yeah.
because these days with so many people has like a whole bunch of people aren't even going to college; they're just going straight into careers, and a whole bunch of bosses and like owners of businesses are starting to see that. They're like, "What is this even doing?" You know, these people
Yeah, they don't have
only got a high school
experience.
diploma and they're doing better. You know,
They don't even have
like you went
experience
to
with
an
the
Ivy
job
League
that they're
school, you
going
just
in
went to
for.
4 more years of high school, but really expensive.
Yeah, and the majority of people switch majors after the first year.
Yeah, exactly. It's absolutely ridiculous. In my opinion, I just believe that college costs too much money, and I mean, like, having college student loans are a huge problem. I mean,
Hmm.
that entire system is fucked. I mean, have you seen the Hassan Minhaj or however the fuck you say his last name? That guy on Netflix,
Nah.
Patriot Act. All
Uh-uh.
right. Well, he basically does this political comedy show, and he talks about it. And I saw that shit, and I was like, I'm not going to college. Fuck that shit. Fuck student loans. The only reason I'd go to college is if it was free and if I needed it for the career I wanted. You know, if I was like, okay, I want this job, but I need to go to college for blah blah blah. You know, that's the only reason I do it.
Yeah, I got the same feeling about college. And then you're not guaranteed a job when you get out. So it's really rolling the dice.
Exactly.
But I do think that high school does teach you better if like you already didn't know this, like critically thinking about something. 'Cause let's face it,
That's true.
the world is going through a revolution right now, and a robotic automatic revolution. Let's face it, majority of jobs are going to be taken out. And maybe it won't be in our lifetime, maybe it will, but
Basically, like every labor job.
yeah, like sports, that could be replaced with robots too. And they make bag, like they're making 300,000 a week maybe, just because they put in the hard work and dedication throughout their life and they're getting rewarded for it. But that could easily get taken
Yeah.
away by robots,
Yeah, I don't
and we
know. I
wouldn't
don't
even
think it's
know.
gonna be as much sports at first, but it's definitely gonna be like every factory job that's still there,
Yeah.
which are already low in amounts, you know. Every kind of like warehouse job, you know. Every kind of job that you can think of that you have to lift shit
Yeah,
can be replaced by
the blue
robots
collar
in the near
jobs that
future.
nobody doesn't want to do
Yeah, exactly.
and that
Like the
require
basically
perfection
the working
and
classes jobs.
yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of scary what we're living in. I mean, like everyone's mad about something, in some way.
I feel that school should be more focused on what you want to do for a career rather than the slope intercept form. You feel me?
I know exactly what you mean.
And
And I mean, they are taking a step in the right direction. They have like the CTE programs,
mhm,
like the
mhm.
business school engineering shit like that. And I mean, they're doing a good job, but it's still like kind of weird, you know, it's still not
Yeah, the core
exactly there.
subjects. The core subjects still should be involved, but I feel like there should be divisions of it. Like, say you want
Hmm.
to go into the film section. You can figure out how to write scripts and stuff like that.
Basically pre-college.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like half of what college gives you, but that instead. But Ethan, before we talk some more, we are out of time. It's been about exactly an hour since we started. So, anything you want to say before we end this?
Got the question of the podcast. You feel me?
I feel you.
At the end of every podcast, we're gonna leave one question. But today's question is talk to us on Instagram. More of a statement, but still involves questions.
Hmm.
Any questions or
All right.
suggestions to improve our podcast? Hit us up on the Instagram White Knight Podcast, no spaces. WHITEKNIGHTPODCAST. Hit us up in the DMs with the suggestions or questions you'd like to be answered next time.
That's the first episode. I think it did great. See y'all later.
Peace.